Welcome back to Cryptos Are Us. I am George. We're all George. So today, let's change it up a little bit. Let's talk about, of course, Bitcoin, but let's focus on Solana. Why is Solana so explosive right now? And why is the entire ecosystem so explosive right now? Well, let's talk about it. And let's talk about everything that is doing quite well right now and are exploding. So let's do it. Welcome, guys. Hopefully you're having a good Saturday morning or Saturday night, wherever you may be. Bitcoin is still trying to find its footing right now, around 68,300. So we've been going sideways a little bit for a couple of days. No worries here. Bitcoin will find its footing, will climb back up, and form a new high shortly. I have no doubt about it. No doubt about it whatsoever. But I did want to show you guys a few things first before getting into Solana. Right now, in case you guys are curious, in the US, our inflation since January 2020 is 24%. That means if you held your cash in your bank account, you lost 24%. You could buy 24% less things you could now versus before because things have gotten so much more expensive. That's why you need to invest. If you just hold a lot of cash around, you may think you're doing okay, but you're actually silently getting killed by inflation. That's why we have Bitcoin. And that's why we have crypto. That's why we have everything that I've been talking about for a very long time. You know what's funny though? There is something brewing, and I brought this up before, and I'm going to bring this up again. Vanguard, their CEO said they're not going to offer spot ETFs for Bitcoin, and it does not belong in a long-term portfolio because it's not a store of value. So these are pretty harsh words. It almost sounds like Jamie Dimon in a way, right? Vanguard is a huge, everyone talks about BlackRock. You know, Vanguard is actually like just as big, if not bigger, but they're just like hiding in secret. So they came out and basically bashed Bitcoin. But I showed you guys this before. You know, who is the largest shareholder of Coinbase? Is it Brian Armstrong? Is it BlackRock? No, the largest shareholder of Coinbase is Vanguard at 7.3%, and it's not even close. ARK is 4.4, BlackRock 4.3. So again, take a second to think about it. The largest shareholder of the biggest crypto exchange in the United States is Vanguard. Well, what about one of our largest mining companies, okay? Marathon. Who's the largest shareholder? Not BlackRock, it's Vanguard by a large amount too, 8.77%. So they've also invested in mining companies. This is just one of them. What about our beloved MicroStrategy? They can't be possibly shareholders of MicroStrategy, right? Yeah, they're not number one, but they're number two at 7.7%, even more than BlackRock. So you see what's going on, and I showed this. This is amazing too. BlackRock has his own shares, and who's the top shareholder of BlackRock? Not BlackRock, it's Vanguard. Vanguard is behind everything. So there's something going on here. You know, all these recent price manipulations and stuff. You know, maybe it's Vanguard because it's not BlackRock that's taking over Bitcoin, it's Vanguard. They're literally the largest shareholder of every public trade company that has anything to do with Bitcoin, including BlackRock. That doesn't even make any sense. How could BlackRock itself not own more shares of its own company? That's just quite amazing. So, I mean, that tells you something, right? That there are still some in power that are trying to fool you into thinking that, nah, we have no interest in Bitcoin. We have no interest whatsoever, yet they're buying up everything they can behind the scenes. This is exactly what's happening, right? Institutions are FOMOing in. They don't want everyone else to grab as much as they do because they feel like they're playing catch up, and Vanguard is. Or maybe they haven't been. I don't know. Maybe they've been leading all the way. I don't know. But what I do know is this. You can't trust these guys. Bitcoin is the future, led by retail. Now, unfortunately, led by institutions. But don't let these guys take away all your Bitcoin. Do what President Bukele is doing, which is just DCA. DCA 1 Bitcoin every day. And he has done it for years, and he will continue to do this until fiat becomes, or Bitcoin becomes unaffordable because of fiat. I don't know how many people can afford to buy 1 Bitcoin per day, but you get the picture. Just DCA it over the long term, and you'll be just fine. Okay, and then, you know, we're going to see this eventually. So there will be volatility as we go higher. There will be stops along the way. There may be some FUD. But know that these large institutions and asset managers and fund managers, they're not FOMOing into Bitcoin for no reason. They are playing catch up. They know they have missed the boat for so long. And they're not going to let this thing go. So neither should you. Don't give up your wealth to these big boys. Okay? So that's my Bitcoin update for today. Now, let's move on to the main topic, which is the coin sitting at number 5 on CMC. You could see mostly everything. Avalanche is not too, and I'm going to talk a little bit about Avalanche too, but mostly everything in the top 10 is red. Bitcoin barely broke into green today. Solana has surpassed $195. Why are they so hot? They are climbing up. They're about to surpass BNB. They're about to flip BNB, and after flipping BNB, they will flip Tether in no time, and they'll be sitting at number 3. And there'll be a big competition between ETH and Sol. But why are they so hot? Well, I mean, their metrics are just blowing up, okay? Now, I mean, I don't know what else you need to see, but their DEX volume, of course, is blowing up right now, all-time high. In fact, it has flipped. It's neck and neck with Ethereum's right now in terms of DEX volume. And there are many days and weeks where Solana is higher than Ethereum, but sometimes it flips back. But right now, Solana's volume is exploding. DEX volume is basically all-time high. Their stablecoin volume has surpassed Ethereum. Sometimes it flips. Their daily transactional volume is 20x higher than Ethereum. Okay? I mean, anything measurable with Solana is blowing up. It's really that simple. And you have like things like this that doesn't even make any sense to me. There is a new meme called Book of Meme that went up to $1.3 billion in 2 days. I remember hearing about Boom like a day ago or something. I had no idea what it was. And then today I see that, yeah, it went up to $1.3 billion in 2 days. So obviously, when you have memes like this that blows up out of nowhere, yeah, it's going to drive a lot of people to Solana. It's going to force a lot of people to get Sol in order to trade, right? We just saw WIF do a crazy explosion recently because of the Vegas Sphere thing, and now you have a brand new one that just blew up too. And we still have Bonk as well, and then we have many others on Solana. And you know what? This is driving in retail right now. I've said retail is not being driven in by Bitcoin this time. Bitcoin is too high for retail investors. I've said that. People don't believe it, right? Just ask anyone that's not a Bitcoiner. You ask them to come in Bitcoin, they're like, it's $70,000. I'm not going to put in any money. It's basically in their head, they're thinking it's not worth it to buy sats. It's not worth it to buy fractional Bitcoin. They want to come in and make money, and what they're doing is coming into memes right now. So things like this will continue to move forward, and because of memes and other projects, it's not just memes. I mean, there's going to be a ton of volume. I mean, I don't know who these guys are. Maybe they're founders of other memes, but Immediately they jumped up and they're getting a Binance listing, which is just absolutely crazy. To get a Binance listing within 2 days after launch, that has to be a record, an all-time record for memes. Maybe it's created by Binance themselves. Maybe it's someone within, but that's just absolutely insane if you think about it, okay? But where do you trade all these? Well, of course, you trade them on, say, Jupiter or Radium. And it's no wonder they're both up 20 and 30%. Radium is up 22% today, up to 574 million. They are the biggest DEX on Solana. And then you have Jupiter, which is the biggest DEX aggregator on Solana. That's even bigger. They did a huge airdrop. A lot of people made a lot of money simply by using it. And that's only phase 1. They still have phase 2, 3, 4, right? So they're doing very well. So in case you're wondering why Solana is doing well, it's because of this. They have the users. The retail players are coming in, FOMOing in, and they are using the DEXs and driving volume upwards. And even someone like Pyth is also up about 17%. They're one of the biggest oracles out there, the second biggest, and they're on top of Solana as well. And very integrated with a lot of these projects within Solana. So even they are doing well. So basically, bottom line is, Solana is exploding because there's just a lot of usage right now. And I don't think it's going to stop. They will get to number 3 soon. And I've called it. I don't know if it's going to happen. I may be wrong or I may be right. In December, I called Ethereum flipping Solana, or Solana flipping Ethereum by the end of 2024. And we'll see. We'll see how close I am to that. But outside of Solana, you have Avalanche. That's kind of going the same direction right now. Even though Avalanche is more focused on games, you can see today they're up almost $60. They're up to 58. Do you know why they're up? Same thing. It's because of memes. You know, Trader Joe, which is the biggest DEX on Avalanche, also up about 10% today. Right? Avalanche is embracing memes. They even bought memes, right? They have a 100 million fund that they're going to allocate towards memes. They bought Cock, they bought Kimball, and they bought a few others that I'm not familiar with. But hopefully pretty soon, they're going to buy the newest kid on the block, one that I support, Big Red, which is up to almost $19 million. Hopefully you guys didn't miss out on Big Red. Of course, I am a big fan of Big Red because Moon Daddy, who started Kulo, and it's still absolutely killing it at 31 million, they are advising for Big Red. And plus, it's Avalanche because they're fully embracing, right? So they are doing very well. I mean, overall, memes are just doing so well, guys. And the chains that that are supporting the base layer for these memes are all doing well. And the DEXs that you use to trade these memes are all doing well as well. It's no secret. You just have to put it together. That's it. That is it. All right, guys. Let's do some Q&A. All right, let's see here. Let me scroll up. Let's see. Lux Phoenix said, layer 2 breakup ETH liquidity. Sol's more attractive to use because all liquidity and dash on one chain. That is true. You have a lot of L2s that are basically taking the thunder away from Ethereum. In the long run, yes, Ethereum's plan is to either fully embrace L2s or eventually scale with their sharding solution. But right now, they're trying to support them. They came out the upgrade to decrease their fees. But it doesn't help people really to get more excited about ETH itself, right? So people are buying Arbitrum and Optimism, their coins. They're buying Manta Pacific's coin. They'll go buy, Meta's coins. They'll go buy Scale coins. I mean, they're not buying ETH. Besides Ninja, check out Quant on CoinHall. If it's another meme on Injective, not very excited about it. Injective, although very hot, are not that hot. I mean, Injective on a grand scheme of things is still not big enough to compete with, say, Sol on a meme basis. Avalanche is starting to get there because it's really big, but memes on Injective and other chains, I think they're not going to do as well. Even Polygon, as big as they are, not a big meme culture. Oliver Paris says AVAX memes like Kong and Majin are blowing up. Yeah, I think Avalanche, their meme culture is going to blow up. It's already happening, but I think it may rival, Solana. Because right now, everything on Solana is pumping, right? Like everything. And you have like this book of meme that just went up to like 1.3 billion in 2 days. It's still like staggering to think about. But, it could happen on Avalanche next soon. Team Collins says, thanks for Big Red. 2x already. Congratulations. Alex Haviland, thanks for the alpha. You're welcome. Grisbit, thank you. Let's see. Dennis, appreciate it. What's your view on Solana? Can market cap for Solana reach 300 billion? Yes. I think Solana's going to hit 1,000 by the end of the year. So that's only 5x from here. But I think it could happen. Richard says, I bought BitRed on MetaMask. It's showing the coins, not the price. You got to wait. Not the price is too new. The price is just not showing. You go to a DEX like Trader Joe, then you'll see it. Do you know if Zen will be launched on Solana? Zen on Ethereum has been pretty successful. I have no idea. I don't know. Was there announced plans to move to Solana? I have no idea. I mean, my coffee is just spilling left and right. Shallow House says, avoid all Kronos chain projects. They're all pump and dumps. When it first came out, that's what it seemed like. That's why I never liked Kronos chain. I didn't like Crypto.com that much because of it. I have not paid attention, but it seems like you answered for me. FOMO into book a meme, a good idea? I don't know, man. It's already 1.3 billion, so I don't know. I've said this, if you go get into memes, your expectation is at least 10x, right? Otherwise, why do you get into it? I don't know, book a meme, it's too hyped up. I don't know if it's going to shoot up to 10 billion. It may someday, but right now, I think something smaller makes a lot more sense. Peter says, I dumped my ETH and moved on to Solana. I mean, we'll see. Solana got a little bit of boost last month because of the ETF hype, because there may be Solana ETFs coming. But if it doesn't come this year, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to come this year. Gary already didn't want Bitcoin spot ETFs to come. So I don't know if he's going to try his hardest to stop ETH spot ETFs too. Blockchain billionaire said, my financial advisors told me to be cautious when I told them I bought some Kakadu. Well, I mean, that's pretty good advice. You gotta be careful with memes. But Kakadu, they are the biggest on Avalanche. I think they're gonna continue to do well. Hopefully, hopefully they just keep on blowing up to 1 billion plus. When is liquidity rolling back to NFTs on Sol? I mean, NFTs in general, not just on Sol, on ETH, on anything, are quite weak still. The money is just not flowing in yet. Didn't think Sol would hit 200 this soon. I mean, the thing is, it's not back to all-time high. When Sol breaks all-time high, then we're talking. Right now, it's still trying to recover. It was 250, I think, back in 2021, but it's getting close. BNB is starting to wake up too. BNB doesn't want to, let up on that number 4 spot. What do you think Cardano's price target is this bull run? I don't know. I'd say probably like $8 to $10. I think somewhere around there. By the time the bull run is over, $8 to $10. I think that's possible. WIF is going for a huge bounce, so I think so. I think a lot of people sold off WIF. It was like a 350 yesterday and a dump today. I think WIF sold off because everyone tried to roll their profits into Book a Meme. I think that's exactly what happened. But I think WIF will probably bounce back too. WIF is still the largest meme on Solana. Yes. Yeah, they still have that. But this is just crazy. This is just crazy. Binance in this thing made a huge, huge pump. Franco, George, how come CNBC or other financial press ask directly in their face to Jamie Dimon or Vanguard, why do the trash BTC if their companies have invested in related to it? They should ask that, but I think they're told not to ask questions like that. Like, now that this has come out, and it's not very hard to find, it's not like it took me days to find this out. You could see the top shareholders of all these companies. If they ever, Joe Kernan is a big Bitcoin bull. If he ever goes on Squawk Box, he should just ask Vanguard CEO. Like, if you don't think it's a good store value or a good long-term hold, why are you the top shareholder of all these Bitcoin-related companies, right? Like, that'd be a good question to ask. Spell and AMP, not a fan of both. AMP pumped up for no apparent reason, and Spell is some weird token for some company project called Abracadabra or something like that. Not a fan of either. Have you heard of Meme AI? Yeah, Jasneil. That's an old one. It's been around for a while. Too cliche, calling a meme. It doesn't make much sense. Well, I mean, it makes sense. Memes don't have to make sense, but it's just too cliche. Rich. Grisbit, do you think what do you think FTM? You know what? I'm not a big fan of FTM anymore. I'm neutral. But you know what? They're still holding pretty well. They're holding pretty well. They're up 20% today, but I think there's a little confusion on what FTM, what their future holds. They thought about just moving purely to a L2 play for Ethereum. I don't know if that's still the case. They're kind of like a L1, L2 right now. They were working on their Sonic upgrade too, but I don't know what their future holds. So, I don't. Bo Green says this Vanguard's tech funds holding Coinbase is the fund managers and investors, not Vanguard the company. Are you sure about that? Record Connect. Thank you. I'll do more research on that. My portfolio hit 7 figures today. I am 60/40 Sol AVAX viewer back in November. Thanks for the video. Hopefully I can make a 10x by the end of the cycle. I think so. I think so. Man, that would be crazy, huh? But congratulations, 7 figures. I just realized that means you're a millionaire. You're a millionaire just from holding Sol AVAX. You know, yesterday someone asked me about, hey, what do you think about just holding Bitcoin and Sol? And I'm like, that's not a bad combination if you just held it too. But if you add Avalanche in there too, that's a pretty good starter portfolio too. You King Mike, how much money is enough for you to leave crypto forever? I quit everything for 10 million. You know what? I'm in that same ballpark too. I don't strive to become a billionaire like a lot of people do. Like if I hit like mid 8 figures, I would be out. That's what I'm targeting by the end of 2025. That's why I said I might retire after the end of 2025. Because if we do a 10x, 20x, 30x on a lot of these, that's enough money. Like I don't want to be a billionaire. If it happens because, you know, Big Red or Kulo like blow up to like 10 billion in the cycle, okay, well then, you know, I wouldn't mind being a billionaire. But you know, it's not like something I really strive for. Kulo's 19 now. I mean, Big Red is 19. Kulo's still holding at 30. Man, you know, it took a long time. People don't realize Kulo was sitting at 1 million for like 5 weeks, 6 weeks. Most people thought it was dead, but look at it now, went up 30x. It was a little bit higher. I feel like some people took profits and put it in Big Red, but eventually I think people realized they're both great projects. They're not going anywhere. They're doing a lot for the community, for the chains themselves. So I think both of these are going to do quite well in this bull market. And neither one has a sex listing too. That's the thing. Wait until they come. I found this low market cap project called DexCheck. Based on the name, what is it about? It checks dexes. If you already bought some, why do you want my input? Let's see. DexCheck AI. AI boosted analytics for crypto NFT domination. Revolutionary platform powering crypto NFT trading. Success with AI-driven blockchain intelligence. Why? Okay. So what? First of all, there's absolutely zero need for a token. They just threw it in there, and then what? And the fact that they have like hex listed on here. Yeah. I mean, it looks like it's useful, but there is absolutely zero reason why this project needs a token. U.S. government, real rugged DIY. U.S. government likely wanted to maintain control and influence over BTC, and big players were recruited, maybe tied to mitigating threats to the dollar. I don't know. Maybe. Do you think Bitcoin will dip to 65,000 again? You know what? Maybe. I mean, it's not too far off from here. There are a lot of people that think that there may be a big drop before the halving event. Anywhere from 20 to 40%. I certainly don't think it's 40%. If we do have a 20% drop, that would drop Bitcoin from its current levels. Well, we already fell like 11%. So it would be another 10%. It'll probably bring us down to maybe 60,000 or 62,000 or something like that. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. I don't think it's going to happen because the ETFs are not stopping. It's not like the ETFs are now all mass outflows. They're still buying hundreds of millions per day. We're already ahead of the game. We already broken all-time high a couple times. So the retracement is quite normal. Are we really going to get that 20 to 40% drop before halving event? It could happen. It could not happen. I think it's more likely it's not going to happen, but who knows? It could happen. How quickly could you chuck a full beard? Not something I practice. So I don't know. G-Wagon or Solana? It depends. You could use your Solana profits and buy a G-Wagon easily. The last big wick was 59.5. So that makes that's about 20% right there. So that would make sense. Tezos. Anthony's asking about Tezos. I was in a sporting goods store. Look at this. Ape with hat down 30%. Look at all the top trending they're all memes. Besides Stay, which is impressive. It's actually here, but look at all this. It's all memes. Hey, they have a Bonk 2. I was going to say Bonk, but that's Bonk 2. Anyways, I got sidetracked. XTZ. I really don't hear anything about Tezos, but I was shopping for some soccer stuff, and I saw that there was a jersey with Tezos on the front. So they must have sponsored some major soccer league, but that's it. I never hear anything about Tezos. Nothing at all. When my Bonk Whip profits buy me a TRX, I'm putting a serious sticker on it. I like to see that. Once you do, let me know. Post it. I grow says G-Wagon, Ferrari, and a Prius. Perfect mix. I don't know about that Prius. I don't know about that. Who you got tonight? Lakers or Warriors? Man, I really don't follow up with them anymore. I mean, sometimes Lakers do well and sometimes they do so bad. I don't know. I really don't know what's going on with the Lakers anymore. Yeah, I would advise people from getting into this. It pumped way too much, way too fast. So I would let it die down first before people before I would advise people going in because it's already up so much. Just be careful. but it's absolutely incredible. But like, you got really legitimate plays, non-memes, like Radium and Jupiter that are doing very well. Pyth is also doing very well, right? So you got some really good ones. And I'm curious because people have asked me about Soul Chat before. I wonder if Soul Chat's up. Yeah, Soul Chat's up to 35%. I don't know. I might just FOMO in Soul Chat now because it's within Soul. Like, everything in Soul is doing well. Gold or Pokemon cards? Pokemon cards. Be honest, did you buy a lot of Solana when it dropped to 8? No. I had a good amount of Solana, but I didn't buy more at 8. I should have. I think I bought more like when it was like 30s and 40s. CRO. No. No, not a fan of CRO. Can Solana reach 500 after BTC halving? Yes. I think so. After, yes. Beforehand, no. It's not going to get to 500 beforehand. But can I get to 500 after? I think so. Helium? I didn't check Helium today. Helium's probably up too. Very little, but Helium Mobile is up a lot. Oh, look at that. It pumped up, down, and now it's almost back to all-time high again. DexCheck has a lot. Just the name DexCheck sucks, even though it seems like it's more of an AI play. You need a token to participate in the Launchpad. Almost everyone does a Launchpad. Launchpads are dime a dozen, honestly. I don't get very excited about Launchpads because every project that don't know what to do, they're like, oh yeah, let's use our profits and do a Launchpad. Yeah, that does not entice me. Lego takes so much space. They do. They do. You got to make sure once you get a Lego bug, you got to make sure you got a lot of space for them. A lot of space. All right, guys. To conclude, Bitcoin still doing very well, holding, consolidating. Big boys still buying. Don't let your fears drive you out of the market. And Solana is doing very well still. The whole ecosystem is doing well. And Avalanche is also joining in the game too. They're all doing well, guys. So make sure you stay strong, stay focused, and I'll see you guys on Monday, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time, and look forward to my Sunday walk video tomorrow. I didn't do one last week, but I will do one tomorrow, and it's going to be good. All right, take care, guys. Bye-bye.